he put together a solid game plan 2 weeks in a row. So this is a big. But overall, I can't complain too much. We just need to see the Bills. This defense performed at an exceptional level against Oregon.
This was our third win in a row. Very happy. All right. After a little hiatus and after a couple of really, really good games, we are back here at Mile High Minute, and I am with the original OGs of Mile High Minute. Yes, we have Touchdown Todd. We have Goal Line Gavin. And we have Steve. Gavin, can you point to Steve? Because I don't think they can see my fingers. Other way.
He's there for me.
Yeah, it's all.
Gavin's over there.
Whatever way it is. All right. So we're going to start out the first part of this. It kind of goes into our little section that we do later that we changed a little bit because I wanted to do kind of a little bit of a Christmas theme. But each one of us, and let's play rock, paper, scissors to see who gets to go first as to your favorite play from the game against Packers. All right, guys, put your hands up so I can see them.
What are we doing?
Rock, paper, scissors.
All right.
1, 2, 3, go.
We all favor.
Gotta do it again.
You just pick.
1, 2, 3, go. Fine, Steve, go.
Steve.
Did you pick someone?
I got the gun.
Just go,
Favorite
Steve.
play.
Yes.
Riley Moss getting an
Oh,
interception. Because that guy's had a hell of a season. Gotten a lot of grief. Is clearly getting sort of picked on by the refs a bit, and finally got some glory there. So very happy to see that.
Yeah, I mean, that PI call was not whatever. I mean, I
was
know
bullshit.
what the rule says. The rule says anytime at any point, but the question is incidental is like there's a whole thing.
They never call that.
Yeah. Let's see if they call it on anybody.
Spirit of the law.
Yeah, but yeah, I was so happy to see him get that interception. So, all right, let's just go right next to him. Gavin, yours.
I kind of have two. I hope I don't take Todd's. First off, I can't go let that God level interception from Patrick Surtain go unannounced. And then he took out Christian Watson at the same time. I mean, full extension, full jump, just snagged that ball out of the air. I've heard some commentators say, well, it was about a foot short, the ball was. No, he made it look like it was a foot short. It was a perfect throw to him. And he just, it's hard to believe that was his first interception of the year, defensive player of the year. He's out for a while, so I get that. But that was awesome. But I think my personal favorite was the ankle-breaking, season-ending stutter step move that Bo did to end Micah Parsons' season.
Yeah.
It's like those
non-contact injury. Let's keep repeating
right.
that.
Just straight up like juked him almost. And it was like those basketball moves where you hit a crossover and the guy just goes one way and the other, goes back to Michael Jordan and all that. Just when one guy goes the other way, the other guy goes the other way. If you watch the news this week, they were saying Ryan Clark, was saying that, Bo Nick caused that injury, which I think people just read the headline and just ran with it. But if you listen to the whole clip, this basically is what he's saying. He's like, Bo Nix, with his athleticism, made that play happen and forced Micah Parsons to completely pivot his direction going full speed. And because of that, he blew out his ACL. So, that was awesome. I mean, bad for Micah. I don't want to see that sort of injury with a player.
But rooting for injuries.
in that he's such a good player at that level. It sucks for the NFL that he's gone, but that was just cool, man. All right, Todd.
All right. So not only did you take my first pick, you took my second.
Yeah.
A
lot of picks up here, Todd.
That's fine. You know what? Thinking about just both this game and this season, boy, there's a lot of players to like on this team. So I can probably pick 10 players. Just as for memory for our listeners, I was at the game
on Sunday, and it was an amazing freaking experience. Just and especially the cadence of the game, still pretty tight at halftime, and then the second half was just amazing. But I am going to pick someone who is quickly becoming probably on my top 5 of all Broncos ever, is Courtland Sutton, who had an amazing game, over 100 yards, an amazing 42-yard reception that was key. I think he caught the pass on fourth and 3, the 17-yard pass. He had a touchdown in the back of the end zone. I think about him and Garrett. They believed in Denver when over the last decade. They believed in the team. They understood the culture. I am so glad this is happening for them. So Courtland Sutton is my gift. I also would say, just real quickly, were we doing the last 2 weeks? I'm also falling in love with Nick Bonito, and he did win that Washington game for us.
Yeah. Mine is kind of a compound one. Michael Bandy's first TD that he got, I thought that was really cool. But what I think is even better of it, and this goes back through the whole time since Bo's been here, when Bo threw his first touchdown, Courtland Sutton got the ball back and gave it to Bo. So now every time one of Bo's offensive players gets their first touchdown, Bo makes sure to get the ball back. So he has it. So if you're watching the clip, you see Bandy kind of like spike the ball and it goes, and you see Courtland and Bo going for the ball to get the ball back so Bandy can have it. So that's probably, yours are all there, but that's also one of my favorite moments in the game. There's so many in that game that were just kind of, it was a special game, but I do think that Sutton's interception changed the trajectory, momentum, change everything. Yeah.
Patrick's, yeah.
Yep. Oh, I said Sutton. I meant Surtain.
Yeah.
But
switch to defense.
It's Sutton in my head too. Did you guys notice that the play that Sutton caught, that 13-yard catch, was the exact same play they ran for third down? Yeah, exact same play.
Nice.
Like, you can see him sitting there going, like, they must have, like, the people would be like, they can't be running the same. They ran the same play.
I love it when coaches do that.
And can we talk just a couple of minutes about that Bo Nix performance? And I actually I would like to watch it on TV. It's so different when you're there. But boy, he was making throws from every angle. Like I saw like a highlight reel, and the throws that he was making were insane. He was throwing into coverage. He had that one, I can't remember who it went to, where he rolled to his right and like completely just tagged the receiver about 5 yards away, and they got a first down. He just gets raked over the coals nationally, and I've said he would have a tough year. But what I also said last year is that he could be Brady, and I'm not going to say he's going to be Brady yet, but I do think that there's something about him that makes me think that he's just going to get better. He's going to improve every year. Like he is a smart player who's working hard, and I just think the progression of his career is that he is just going to continue to improve for a decade. That's how I feel right now. And you look at that game yesterday or this week, that was a statement game for him, and he showed up.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, preach. That dart end zone touchdown to Franklin. That was a great catch by Franklin, but that toss right there, up over his head and back, and it was just right at the goal line.
I keep going back to that Commanders game where he's falling and somehow sees and throws this
and
laser.
We all know that if that had been a certain player on the Chiefs that had thrown that toss, it would have been like, everybody would have loved it. Everybody would have loved it.
It was Mahomes level.
Yeah.
It was.
I would have
We'll
loved it.
see. Like it, that's a pretty tall height, but I mean, he played very, very well on Sunday, and if he does it this week, then we got something going here.
Dave Logan kind of said it, and Bo has got that backyard quarterback quality to him. And that's the thing is I think Sean has kept him on a tight leash so far this year because that kind of play can get you injured if you're not doing it right. And I think Sean may be finally letting Bo a little bit off the leash on that part of it. But then
Well, I
again,
think
it's
some
also
of
the
it
middle
is-
of the game, and if he sees something, he's going to throw it. I mean, that happens too.
Yeah.
But it's just the way he's able to get away from players.
Yeah.
Like,
He does not take sacks. He's the least sack quarterback in the league.
Yep.
Starting quarterback. Yep.
yeah, he just gets away. Like, there was one play, I don't remember if it was the Raiders or if it was the Packers. It was like he ran this way. There's two guys coming. He avoided them. He goes this way, a third, and then he comes back and throws the ball. Like, it's just that backyard quarterback quality that makes him very interesting to watch.
I will say, you know, I don't know if I said this before, but I do remember in the NBA that when Jokic was being taken very seriously by media and observers, the players knew right away that Jokic was good. And, you know, I like the way that people talk about Bo around the league, the way that our free agents signed. I mean, you know, the national media might not know Bo is good, but I'm pretty sure the players do. The play, you know, and I think that means a lot. You know, we'll see. He needs to make a playoff run to become a legitimate top 5 quarterback. But we might have a legitimate top 5 quarterback, which is crazy, given the absolute quality of NFL quarterbacking right now.
Yeah,
Mm.
I agree.
Or win that first playoff game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we win that first playoff game after a bye, if we get it.
Well, either way.
I'm still saying if because I'm not putting that juju out into the world. If we get it, that will silence some of the stuff. But all right.
I think this season is a failure if we don't win at least one playoff game.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah, we have to win that first. We got to win one playoff game, and then we're continuing the somebody say the word because I can't right now. Trajectory we should be going on. Okay. Well, normally we do our good, better, and when we win, best thing. We've switched that this year. We're just going to have one conversation, and it's going to be titled "Who Deserves an Extra Present from Santa This Year?" And so the guys are going to say what play and what player they are picking for an extra present. If they could be Santa, who would they give an extra present to? So I'm going to leave Steve's for last because it makes me giggle. A good giggle. Gavin.
All right. I'm going with a position that was very much in question to start the year and was our probably biggest gap and position of need last year, and that's linebacker. And specifically going with Talanoa Hufanga. I think that guy has been playing lights out. Him and Singleton. You know, Singleton's our leading tackler. He's been there. He's a little older, a little slow. I can't believe he came back from that surgery. That was completely baller, and he's still playing out. But Talanoa Hufanga, man, it seems like he's in on every damn play. He's got that Troy Polamalu energy to him and the hair, obviously. And he flies all over the field, man, and he's just always there. And just for recency bias, I think I'm just going to pick my favorite play, that breakup play on Josh Jacobs, where he just attacked the line and he tackled 2 dudes at once. He tackled first his blocker and he shoved his blocker into him and just clipped the legs of Josh Jacobs in the backfield. And it was just, people were like, holy crap, like what the heck happened? I don't know if you guys saw that play. I have a link here I can put into the chat if you can play it, Tina. This is the only one I could find here. the chat. Oh, if I can just post in a YouTube link, I might be able to. No. Private chat. Okay. Sorry. Here we go. All right. It's in the chat there. It's a reaction video. This is the best one that I could find. But are you guys familiar with the play I'm talking about? Maybe Todd isn't because he was. Rewind it a little bit.
Shit up, stupid.
See if you can start it over.
There we go.
I got the bottom.
Affirmation. Run it. Toss.
Comes off the edge. Bam, bam. Steamroll.
Blowing shit up, stupid.
He just carries the guy into Josh Jacobs, who's a damn good runner, and just takes him out. I mean, it was awesome.
I will say, being at the game, Packers are a very good team, and they had that little scuffle before the game, but both teams were making very, very hard legal hits. They weren't playing dirty, but man, were they smacking each other around. Like, I don't remember it being in person and seeing those kind of hits before.
Yeah, both teams treated it like a playoff game, I think.
As well they should.
It was on the line, yeah. Yeah, I went to the Bears game, coldest December Bears game on record. It was freezing, but we went to a bar nearby, and I watched the game with a bunch of Packers fans afterward, or a bunch of Bears fans afterwards. So we were all Packers haters that day, and it was I was amongst my people, not my people, but my other people. And it was a good environment to watch the game in.
It was definitely nice to have the orange and blue and the blue and orange all rooting against the Packers.
We were just kumbaya, man. It was great.
There was one Packer fan in the group at Almost Home. He was a couple of times he got a little loud, but mostly he was pretty quiet because he knew he was completely outnumbered amongst us. Also, I think because Mickey scared him to death.
I was going around the table high-fiving people, like, high five. I'm like, he's like, fine. High five.
Yeah, I love Tua. I think that's gonna be my next jersey purchase. So yeah. All right, Todd.
Okay, so I thought this is for the whole season now, right? Or is this the Packers game?
Yep. Who do you think deserves an extra Christmas present?
So I would say, and so I sort of previewed a little bit, but I would say that Nick Bonito deserves an extra present from Santa this year. Again, he literally won the game against the Commanders with a block pass. I just love his story. I love that he came in and, he talked about how when he was a rookie or after his rookie year, when Peyton was hired, Peyton called him in and said, "You're going to be one of the best players in the league." And he wasn't sure he was supposed to be in the room. I know what, I think it's really interesting. His physical build, that he's such a great edge rusher because he honestly looks like a basketball player. And he's incredibly fun to watch. I think we're lucky as fans that we have a team where the best players are also the ones that are most interested in building a great culture. There's, I'm sure they're not humble, but there is a sense of camaraderie, and we're all in this together. And I think Nick absolutely personifies that. He plays really well. I think he just feels very grateful to be in Denver and to be as successful as he is. And his contract is about 50% less than Parsons, but he's still happy with it. So maybe we'll just give him a little extra gift to make sure he knows that we appreciate him.
Yeah, I think my friend Sean would be unhappy, but we're gonna play that clip because it's just fun. I will.
For the win.
There we go.
Washington for the win. Mariota rejected by Benito, and Denver has won 9 in a row.
I will get this at some point.
It's crazy that he's like tied with Von Miller too, you know, like in stats, like first 2 seasons coming up. Like I just would never think I would ever see a player like Von Miller again. And you know, he's stats wise and everything, he's up there. I don't think he is quite as impactful. I mean, to saying that to Vaughn, like that's just God level, you know, for all of us. But man, he's so close. Like it's so cool to have a player like that here.
Yeah. I mean, where Vaughn used to be the one guy you would have to structure your whole offense around, this defense has so many different players. And no matter how they try, like you plan for it. And as I heard somebody say, Benito blows the whole thing up. Like, because he can play in so many different places, he just ruins your whole plan. So, yeah, I mean, 100%. So, Mr. Steve, who is your
Pocho.
Reporting. 63 reporting.
63 reporting. See, and this is part of it. Part of it was like I didn't want to pick somebody I knew you guys would pick, and I have to kind of rethink it on the fly. I'm like, let me go do with the deep cut. But there's so many things that I think that he kind of represents about why this season has been kind of magical. You know, this whole thing with number 63 reporting eligible, because they kept bringing him in, and this is kind of ties into like, you know, Sean and him being this just offensive mind and coming up with different things, and how he had just as a basically a backup offensive lineman became very key to how we're playing our game. Right. So there's that. There's Ben Powers gets injured. He's been filling in for him since then, and I guess Powers may be back for this game, maybe the next game. But have not missed a beat. Like, I mean, the offensive line is still doing amazing. So he's been able to fill that role really well. And so I feel like it's just kind of just this sort of like this. I mean, also I just love the Chicago connection. He's from the area here. So, you know, that's part of what I got going on. I'm going to try to present something and we'll see if this works. If I can share a thing, we'll give this a try. I've not tried it yet. You know what? No, I'm not. Because I got to share a screen. I don't want to share a whole screen, so never mind. But I will recount the tale. There was a play in the Cowboys game where R.J. Harvey breaks off a 40-yard run. And Miners got a whole lot of coverage for this because he pancakes 3 different people on this play. Like, he just demolishes people. But the block that sealed that run was Palcho. So he gets a little extra under the tree for me. Yeah.
I tried to bring a video, and everything I could bring up on him was like 5 to 10 minutes long. So
no, I've got the clip. I can send it to you if you want. So if you can do it.
Let's see.
Is that a New Jersey, Steve?
A few weeks old, but yeah.
Qualifies as new.
Yeah.
I
didn't unbox it this morning.
Have you ever owned it during a Bronco loss? Because if you've never,
I've not done that. Yeah,
then that's the New Jersey.
There we go.
So you'll see here, they put a circle around them. So watch this block, like. Boop, boop, boop.
Yeah.
Nope.
This is in downfield.
Yep. Like, yeah. I mean, he's been really, really good. And so there was a lot of people over the weekend after the game and before the game were like, well, he's really good and we're getting Ben back. So let's trade him.
No, we need depth. All the depth we can get on this run.
What week it is?
Yeah.
They're like, let's trade him. We can get a lot of money for him. He's showing like he's really good. And somebody rightly pointed out is like, Why would we trade him? We're getting like $25 to $30 million back because the Russell Wilson contract will be over. Like, we don't need to trade anybody. We don't have to. And I was like sitting there, I was like,
no.
Trade him? Oh. I like him. Okay, mine is, and if anybody has ever watched our episodes knows, and if you hear me in the bar, you know I am 100% a number 19, Mr. Mims, aka Mimsy, as I have started calling him, and his punt return, and his skills in punt return, and even his skills as a wide receiver. Like, you can see they set up these plays for him to just, he's literally just running down the field to pull guys with him because they know that they can get the ball to him. But he's a decoy sometimes. He just has to learn to sell those routes a little bit better sometimes. Happy. But yeah, when Steve and I were in Vegas, he had a punt return. It's his first punt return for a touchdown. And it was in this pile. And from where we were seeing, it looked like he actually was starting to get tackled, and he popped out the side and then ran it all the way down. When I watched it again from closer than we were, you could see he never got touched. He just literally wiggled his way out and ran it in. So Mims is mine. Second to me would be Courtland Sutton, just because of what he has done this year and being the elder statesman and being the guy that Nix needs on that 4th and 3 or 3rd and 10 or whatever we need. He's there. He gets it done. So, but again, mine, the extra present would be to Mr. Marvin Mims. Mimsy.
Old Mimsy.
So, anyone else you guys want to call out in this section?
I mean, tons of people. Jonathan Franklin Miles, Alex Singleton, his great story.
Nix has been okay.
Troy Franklin,
Harvey,
Troy Franklin's been
Harvey, obviously a candidate for Rookie of the Year. I mean, the whole starting lineup. Whole offensive
Franklin,
line.
I think this week Franklin came back with a vengeance. Like, he didn't have a good game at the Raiders, and he just, I don't know what happened, but
I mean, he'll drop his fair share, as a lot of wide receivers do. But Bo has such chemistry with him that he'll just keep going back to him, and he'll make up for it the exact same, the next play. And you're like, all right, all is forgiven, and he'll just make some incredible catches. So he's really blossoming as a receiver. He's by far a number 2. Right there, would he be a number 2 on any other team? I don't really know, but he's our number 2, and he's there, man. He's making the plays to make it happen.
Well, that's the thing. Pundits keep saying that, and I want to keep telling them, like, it doesn't matter. You don't think he wouldn't be a number 2 on another team. Sean thinks he's our number 2, our team's number 2, and that's what matters. Is like this. It gives me flashes of some of the Saints on the Super Bowl team. Like, some of those guys probably would be 3rd or 4th strings on other teams, but on the Saints, they worked, and that chemistry worked. And to go with kind of like Todd was saying, like with Benito and that guy, is I keep hearing this word out of people talking about it because they keep saying it. They consider themselves to be a family. That locker room is their family. And so when you have that kind of connection, special things happen. Special things.
We've seen it before.
Take me back a little bit to the Three Amigos. Remember the Three Amigos?
Yeah.
And it's like,
well, I don't, because I wasn't a fan, but yes, I know.
Yeah. So none of those guys turned out to be anything after they left the Broncos, right? It was like they're all very good.
They did put 3 Super Bowls together, so they did a little bit while they were there.
Yeah, that's exactly it. But it's like that chemistry, that team, that worked, and they were very good for us, even if they go somewhere else and they're not. And that's all that ultimately matters. And I think that's like part of what I intended to get to on the Palczewski thing is like this is a very team-oriented team, I guess, for lack of a better way to put it. But like they're all working together. Everybody's elevating everybody else. They are all part of something, and I think that's great.
Well, and I think it's powerful. Like I think it's why they're so good. I just wanted to call out, like, so I'm a little bit older than you guys. There was a guy in the very first Super Bowl run, the '77 team. There was a wide receiver and punt returner named Rick Upchurch, and he was sort of like the pre-Devin Hester. He was clearly the best punt returner in the NFL. He also was a good receiver, but not a great receiver. Marvin Mims reminds me a lot of him, and Rick is still pretty involved in the front office, so I'm sure they're buddies.
Oh, nice.
There we go.
Rick Upchurch signature there, right, Pete? Yep.
Beautiful. So I do think we've been looking for a name for this team in terms of Orange Crush or No Fly Zone. I think it's Overdogs. I think if we win,
Overdogs.
I love it to death.
There's already T-shirts out saying that.
Well, did you see Bo? He's selling his own line of those shirts, and all the proceeds are going to fight endless homelessness in Denver.
Yep.
So that's pretty cool.
You know who else? I don't know if we deserve it, but do you know who else is getting an extra present from Sienna this year?
Who?
We are, because there will be 2 Bronco games in the next 7 days.
Yeah.
And
on Christmas.
So we can't do the podcast next Thursday night because we will be watching the Broncos Chiefs. And for the first time in literally a decade, we go in that stadium. We might go in as favorites, but certainly, it feels like it's going to be a competitive game. For those Chicagoans, Almost Home is going to be open for both of them. So if you want to celebrate with your Bronco family after celebrating with your family, we'll be there. At least I'll be there. I don't know.
I'll be there.
Gavin, will you be there?
I will not be there. No, sorry.
Steve, will you be there?
I'll be in Denver. So
we'll be in Denver. All right. So, we do have a crowd coming. It should be fun.
We did have a little early Christmas present. I don't know if you guys can see, but Fox came out with their power rankings, and it's probably ubiquitous across the league. But see, look who's number 1.
Finally.
And then look who's dead last. So just saying, soak it in.
Where are the Chiefs?
Where are the Chiefs? They're 21. They're 21.
They're like 21. Yeah, they're.
And I see the Chargers are 10.
Yeah.
So yeah. I had a conversation with a few people on Sunday about the Christmas game. And I think some of our regulars were a little surprised that more people were coming. And I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm coming." Don's like, "You're coming?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm coming." He's like, "You're coming?" And I'm like, "Yes, I'm coming." He's like, "Oh, well, I'll come now too."
Who was that?
Don,
yeah.
I think some of the regulars thought okay, not that many, but I think we might actually have a pretty good crowd there for Christmas Eve on Christmas Day.
7 o'clock game, right? It's prime time.
7 o'clock.
5 o'clock.
No.
Yeah.
7.
It is 7.
Yeah, because there's a game. There's a game in the morning, and the afternoon. It's the night show.
Right. So 7.
It's the Amazon Prime game, 7:15,
and it's on Netflix.
Oh, really? I think it's on Amazon.
Yeah, it's on Netflix.
They're showing it on Prime.
Yeah, I don't think. I think it's on.
I think it's on Prime.
It's the Thursday night game. It's the Thursday night game.
Yeah, but this is one of the weird ones where Netflix bought the Thursday.
They were advertising it on Amazon Prime.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
We just don't want to give out misinformation on this podcast, Gavin.
Maybe it's no fake news on the Mile High Minute.
According to the Broncos website, it is at 7:15 on Prime Video.
Yeah, maybe it's the noon game that Netflix has or something. Netflix has some game on.
Yeah, they do have a game that day.
I want to make sure we tell all
They
our
have 2 games. They have the 2 morning games. They have the Commanders.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense because Thursday night game is always on Prime, so it does make sense that we're
right.
So there's no fake news on Mile High Minute other than we're going into our 35th minute.
All right. We're playing Jacksonville. Let's see. Injury report. I had that up and lost it.
Harvey scared me for a little bit. He popped up early, but I think he's off of it now.
Yep, he's pre-practice.
Yeah.
We
Strnad
had picked up an emergency running back from the Jags, so hopefully some inside intel coming there.
Okay,
Formerly
so
at the
Pat
Jags, so
Bryant,
he's somewhere else. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Pat Bryant, RJ Harvey, Mike McGlinchey, Marvin Mims, Kareem Reed, and Lou Wattenberg all had full participation yesterday. So we'll see
Cool.
how that one ends up, how it goes through the rest of the week. Ben Powers had limited participation yesterday. So I think they'll just keep him on the side and see if they need to bring him in or not.
Same for the playoffs.
Yep. And Justin Strnad did not participate. So foot injury. So he will definitely.
One thing we do have to talk about, Brandon Jones being out is a big deal, and he might be out for the rest of the year. We put him on IR.
Yeah.
And we're going to have PJ Locke step up. But Brandon Jones has been a huge silent sort of killer in the background this year. PJ stepped up and had a good game, but I'm a little concerned about our strong safety there. So,
yeah, it's going to be interesting to see, like, is Hufanga, so, like, do they move Hufanga to, like, play the center fielder? And then, because Locke is good at being kind of in the box and that kind of thing. So, we will see.
Man, yeah. I don't know. That just piqued my interest. I pulled up an old tweet that I had from 2015 or an old Facebook post or something, and it said 43% of our 53-man roster is on the injured list right now. And all I can think of is just hold. I had that Braveheart, hold. And it was at the end of that season. So during even that season, the 2015 season, we were almost, 50% injured at this point in the season. So for us to be this healthy right now, I think is pretty good. Pretty good.
Yep. And I think that's one of you kind of pointed out, which was one of my keys for the game against the Jaguars, is it's going to be about being able to the secondary being able to disrupt the passing game with Trevor Lawrence and stuff. So
put pressure.
The other thing I saw on there is I believe in Vance Joseph. That man, he seems to have something in his head all the time. And we get sacks, but we don't blitz a lot, which is what the Jets did. But I would also say our defense is much better than the Jets. So just a little bit. I mean, they traded off everybody that was good. So, I think we do need to get after Trevor Lawrence. Any other gems of wisdom you guys would like to say about the game coming up on Sunday?
Well, everybody's on Trevor's ass right now and praising him on all this stuff. He has had a really good 3 games. But statistics-wise, for the season, Bo has better stats than he does. But for some reason, Trevor Lawrence is playing up to the number 1 pick spot that he got drafted at. And now it's like, the coming of Trevor Lawrence, we're all witnessing it. And it's like, Bo's a better quarterback in pretty much every aspect, right now. So it's just kind of a interesting media story to watch and a tale. But basically, in the games that they've won, he's had like 1 touchdown, and he's had 7 yards per toss and something like that. Not outrageous stats. He had 1 game where they had 5 touchdowns or something, but he didn't throw for very much. So if we can limit him, and their defense is what we really got to watch out for, I think that's going to be our biggest problem. Bo might have a tough day, but if we can get to Trevor and make him second guess, and keep him on the ground when he falls down and not let him get back up like he did against the Chiefs to win that game. I don't know if you guys saw that, but holy crap, what a play.
I like them.
Yeah, I think that's what we got. What do you guys think?
I guess I would just say, and I feel this very strongly, is that the Packers game was our statement game. And we made a statement. I think we're gonna. I think we're going to win the next 2 games pretty easily, honestly. And I hate to jinx it, but and just so you know, and Gavin knows it as well this year, Mile High Stadium is on fire. They are loud. They are disrupting the offense. I think we got a couple of false starts. I know I personally was responsible for one in the second quarter because I almost lost my voice. But I just
Thank you.
And it's also, we're talking about the feeling of humility and community they have in this team. They're going to be ready. They are going to be ready to go on Sunday. They are going to be ready to go into Kansas City on Christmas Day and beat the Chiefs on national TV. This is feeling this, the constant disrespect, because they're one in some power rankings, but another one's they're 5. And again, they have not lost since September. And the 2 games they lost as time expired. I don't get frustrated that the national audience doesn't understand how good this team is. I don't think we really do.
Forget we won all our preseason games too.
Yeah. This is a very, very good team that is on the verge of doing something special, and they're not losing to Jacksonville at home when they can win the AFC West.
Heard that before.
I feel like if we're going to drop a game before the end of the season, this is the one where it would happen.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's going to happen. I think that the one thing I think that I'm a little nervous about is that Bo got away with a few in that Packers game where, if the Packers had been a little bit better with their hands, they could have caught that ball. And Jacksonville may not make that same mistake. So I think it's going to come down to turnovers, but honestly, I feel like the key to the game is the Broncos finding the key to game sometime during the game and then using it, because that's what they've done. Is like sometimes the defense is really good, sometimes Bo Nix is really good, sometimes RJ Harvey's really like they find a way to win, and so they just got to keep doing that, and I think they will.
I will say, even though the game was phenomenal on Sunday, man, they started slow in the first quarter. If they figure out,
They always do.
I know
Slow.
if they can figure that out, and I also will say I do think the defense is still playing great, but they're not playing, especially the defensive pass rush. It's still very good, but it's not like amazing like it was in the first half of the season. So
Yeah.
so look for if we get a quick offensive start, and if we get a couple of sacks in the first half, we're in good shape.
Yeah, I saw some people talk about that, about the first half defense. Like you could tell Vance Joseph made changes in the second half before Micah and a few people were put out. Like they could see that what they were doing was not quite working, so they adjusted that. I had another thought, and
I do wonder sometimes, like how much of that is like.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
go. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, go.
Go. Finish your thought.
Okay. I was going to say that I think it's like, I wonder how much it's that they're doing something that's not working and then they change it, or it's like they're like have a deliberate strategy to start and then a different strategy to finish. Like, okay, like we're going to kind of set them up a little bit to then bring in something completely different when it's game, really critical time.
Which kind of rolls into my other thought that, I'm sorry, Sean, stop playing games with our hearts, okay? Open up the frickin' thing, have the game tape out there, and let that offense go. I'm done. That's my thought.
Stop
All right.
playing
Stop playing with our food, okay? So, real quick, Kansas City Chiefs. I don't think there's much in terms of keys to victory. Considering that Gardner Minshew is their quarterback this year at this point. So you guys got any thought about Thursday's game or next Thursday's game?
We're resting our starters and just, gearing up.
I think it's important for everyone to play and everyone to start. And for us, we have not won Kansas City in a decade. We need to win. We need to win there. And it's a very, very important game for what we're talking about this season. I don't think, It'll be interesting to see. Minshaw's not a terrible quarterback. He's actually probably, he's probably one of the best backup quarterbacks in the league. Kansas City Chiefs aren't very good. They haven't been very good this year. They were much better. They were not as good as everyone thought last year. But I think it's a critical game for the Broncos as we head into the playoffs. They have to get that monkey off their back, and I expect they will.
Remember,
I wouldn't be surprised though.
Minshew last season was kicking our ass until Pat Surtain had
Intercepted
that
him.
100, which was springboard to our whole season and got him, defensive player of the year conversation immediately. So, yeah, you're right, Todd. Like, he's no slouch.
But that was also the springboard at which he did not play well after that.
Correct. Yeah,
He did
can
not
crumble
bounce
easily,
back from that.
so he can catch fire.
Yeah.
But I'm not worried about Minshew. Same as I wasn't worried about Wentz last year.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I don't know if we'll. I have to look at it, but if potentially we could, if we could clinch the number 1 seed after the game, we'll have to see what happens the rest of the week. But so if we clinch the number 1 seed week 17, then we probably rest our starters, and that gives our starters 2.5 weeks of rest before we go to the playoffs, which would be a pretty good place.
Makes me a little nervous.
That makes me nervous.
Yeah.
They had a week and a half to 2 weeks after the bye, and they came out cold, and we almost lost to the Commanders, if not for Nick Benito.
We won.
Yeah,
This is
because
the thing.
Benito got his hands up. We were cold in that game.
Yeah.
It was not a good game for us.
Found the way to win. Key to the game for the Chiefs: Minshew's mustache. I don't know what that means, but that's what I'm standing with.
Uh-huh.
You mean you need to come home with it? You need to take it off?
Right.
Well, that might be a personal foul, but I'm for it.
We beat Minshew as a Raider, right? We have the opportunity to beat Minshew as a Chief, and then he gets to go to the Chargers. I think that has to happen, but we'll see.
Yeah.
I don't like Minshew. I don't know what I've got against him, but it
might be the starter for the Chiefs at the beginning of next year. We'll have to see what happens.
Could be. I mean, I have to be honest. If I was Mahomes, I'd sit out a year and wait. Because, I mean.
Would Elway sit out a year?
He'll up right.
No way.
Yeah. But I also have a feeling he won't, because I have a feeling this offseason there's going to be a high turnover at the Chiefs. People
He's already in rehab.
retiring.
His goal is to play week 1. Like, he's gone through the surgery already. He's already starting rehab like this week.
I think the Chiefs are at the beginning of a very serious rebuild, and I think it's our division for the next 1 or 2 years after this year. And let's take it. Here's our window is here, and even if he wasn't hurt, our window. This is our window.
So Mahomes apparently ballpark is he'll be back in 9 months. So my suspicion is he's actually pregnant, and they're just trying to cover it up.
Okay, so you talked about us having the bye. Number 1, in order for us to have that next week, we would need a win over the Jaguars and losses by the Chargers, Bills, and Patriots.
Not going to happen.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen.
Chargers have got a good shot at that, but the rest a little more challenging.
Oh, is that after this week or after the Chiefs game?
No, that's this week. So if we won and all 3 of those guys lost.
I'm talking about after the Chiefs game.
Oh, after the Chiefs game?
Yeah.
Well,
so if we win Thursday night, we might clinch.
Yeah, we're up 2 on the Patriots.
Yeah.
And
1.5, but 2.
And we're 2 up on the Chargers right now. So if we win the next 2 games,
we are 2 on the Chargers. Okay.
Then we would be in first position and in the bye.
Yeah.
Cool.
But I'm concerned.
Week 17 or week 18 in a meaningless game against the Chargers. I don't know.
Or at least have them out there for the first quarter.
Well, hard to do that because then you got your inactives to consider. So
yeah.
So it's like if you're not gonna play them, don't play them.
Right. I'm just concerned with 2 weeks rest.
Yeah.
I get you.
I'm not.
Yeah.
No,
I am.
that's why we have the show, because we have differing opinions.
Right, no, it'd actually be 3.5, but I'm not concerned about it.
Well, I think if we did that, I don't think Sean is going to do what he did in the last one, which he gave them like almost a week off with the holiday and everything. So I think if they get that much time, he's going to be like, nope, you're in here every day. Like, we're not doing what we did the last time. So, but we'll see how it ends. We'll see how it all shakes out. So, all right.
All right.
Let's do this one. One last thought. Anybody got anything left to say?
I left it all.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah. We've already unwrapped our present. Like this season
Yeah.
has been a gift, man. It's been
Enjoy
so
the
much
moment.
fun.
It's one of the
It's
biggest seasons in Broncos history.
Yeah, it's been awesome.
Recently.
Awesome. No matter what happens, we've had a hell of a good time this season. And it's not like, oh man, this is the end. The brick wall's coming. Like I've said before, like this is the start.
Yep.
This is like we're off and running right now.
Yep.
It's awesome. We have a lot of optimism right now. It's great.
Yep. All right. Well, that is Mile High Minute.
It's an hour.
I knew this one would be long. I kind of planned on it because I knew we couldn't do next week. Have a show next
We
week.
didn't
with
do last
holidays,
week, so yeah.
Yeah, or last week.
It averages out to a minute.
Yep. So, all right. Well, that is our show today. 2 weeks. If you're going to be at Almost Home, we will be there Sunday and Thursday. So come and join us. Gavin, are you going to be there on Sunday?
I think so. Yeah, for Jacksonville. Yeah.
You're going to be there, Steve? I know, Mr. Bronco over there is going to be there.
I'm already here.
You're already at the table,
Holding the tables,
reserving
as you predicted.
seats for everybody. All right. Well, that's
All right.
it. That's it from all of us at Mile High Minute. Next 2 games are going to be fun to watch, and let's just see how this all rolls. So we'll see you on the flip side of Christmas next year, or next week, or the week after. Jesus, my brain is not working.
It'll be next year, pretty quickly here. So yeah.
Well, I mean, after those 2 games, we're not going to have a game until after the first of the year. So
Yeah.
it's going to be a while.
Good rest.
Yep. All right. Well, with that, I'm going to let Cora take us out. Come on. Why are you not doing